Hi, my name is Chelsey Christensen. I am Director of Partnerships and Engagement at My School DC and thrilled to welcome you to this My School DC Lottery 101 for school year 2023-24. We'll be going over a lottery overview, talking through some helpful resources, and then closing up with some FAQs. And a reminder, if you have any questions along the way, feel free to pop them into the comments so we can respond. So what is My School DC? My School DC is the common application and public school lottery for all DCPS schools and most public charter schools that serve pre-K 3 through grade 12. Before My School DC, families had to navigate dozens of applications and deadlines and rules. And we are here to simplify the process and streamline the process. I know it can seem daunting, but we are truly here to help. So please do reach out if you have any questions. The application is online only and the lottery is random, not first come, first serve. Families can apply up to 12 schools citywide, and we have a hotline available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. if you have any questions. So who needs to apply? Applications are required for new students at any pre-K 3 or pre-K 4 program, and that includes your DCPS in-boundary school. So if you have a 3-year-old before September 30th, they are eligible for pre-K 3, and a 4-year-old by September 30th will be eligible for pre-K 4 this coming school year. Application is also required for new students at a dual language strand, and that includes your DCPS in-boundary school. Applications required for any new students at DCPS out of boundary, citywide, or selective schools, and any public charter school as well, pre-K 3 through grade 12. Our school finder, which I'll talk about a little bit later, is a great resource to find your DCPS in boundary school and other schools you might apply to. So who does not need to apply? If your student is going into K through 12 and wants to attend their DCPS in-boundary school, they do not need to apply. And in fact, their school will not even show up on the application because they have a guaranteed seat at their in-boundary school. Your student does not need to apply if they plan to attend their DCPS or PCS feeder school. And if your student loves their current school, there's no reason for you to reapply through the My School DC application. You can simply re-enroll at your current school. Key dates to remember, December 12th, the application opens. So it is open and ready for you right now. February 1st is our deadline for grades 9 through 12. March 1st is our deadline for pre-K 3 through grade 8. Lottery results will be available on March 31st. And then the next important deadline to be aware of is May 1st, which is our enrollment deadline for matched students. And please, please, please make sure you're enrolling by that deadline to ensure you have that seat at your matched school. Our application is available on our website in English and Spanish with instructional guides that are available in Amharic, French, Vietnamese, and Chinese. And of course, our hotline is always available to answer any questions you might have. So what do you need to apply? You'll need your student's information, your guardian information, including your address. You'll need to have your school selections picked out. And a reminder, if you are applying to a selective high school or program, additional information will be asked of your child to submit their application. So be sure to visit our Applying to High School page for more information on that. And of course, you'll also need to know the order in which you want to rank your schools. Additional information can be found at our website, what you need to apply page. And please, please, please remember, only one application can be submitted per student. So make sure you know ahead of time who in your family is completing the application. Lottery preferences. So each school offers preferences to students, and students that qualify for that preference at a school are offered a space at that school or receive a higher waitlist placement before students that do not have that preference. There are different types of lottery preferences that are in use. Preferences offered at DCPS and public charter schools include sibling offered, sibling attending, and equitable access. Additional information about equitable access can be found on our website, so you can see what schools are offering that preference. For sibling offered and sibling attending, the definition of sibling may vary by school, and our 8 DCPS selective high schools and programs do not offer that sibling preference. Additionally, something to keep in mind, if your sibling is in a terminal grade, then their younger sibling will not actually qualify for that sibling preference. Some preferences that are only offered by DCPS include in-boundary for pre-K. Again, that's because K through 12 are compulsory grades, so they have that guaranteed seat in the higher grades. And there's also a proximity preference at DCPS for pre-K through grade 5. Some preferences offered by some public charter schools include children of staff, transfer preference, There's a military preference at Learn PCS and a special education preference available at Bridges PCS. Ranking matters, and we want to make sure you leave this presentation today knowing that you want to be sure to rank schools in order of your true preference. Our algorithm is designed to match students with their highest ranked school if possible, and students will only be matched with up to one school and only waitlisted at schools that are ranked above the school where the applicant was matched. So please, again, be sure you're ordering schools in the rank of true preference. Here's a sample pre-K3 application result. The student was matched at Appletree, and their in-boundary school, Brent Elementary, was a #1 choice where they're still waitlisted. And as I mentioned, everything below that matched school comes off of their waitlist, which you can see here. Sample 9th grade application. This shows you the student was matched due to a sibling attending preference at Thurgood Marshall. They came off the waitlist for the schools ranked below Thurgood Marshall and are ranked at all the schools they ranked above Thurgood Marshall. A reminder to be sure you enroll by that May 1st deadline, and you will not come off the waitlist for the schools you ranked above your matched school even after you enroll. There's also a possibility that you might be waitlisted at all of your school options. A reminder that you can see waitlist movement in real time when you log into your application. You can also add additional schools to the waitlist by adding schools to your application after match day. You can also directly enroll at your in-boundary school in grades K through 12. And for those in pre-K3 or pre-K4 that don't receive a match, you can also explore some options outside of My School DC, like community-based pre-K, which is available, some additional information on our school options outside of My School DC, as well as on our applying to pre-K3 and pre-K4 page on the website. So key takeaways. My School DC is a random lottery, not first come, first serve. I know we've already gotten many people who've already applied, but their chances of getting a spot is no better than someone who's applying March 1st. Matches in the lottery are based on the number of available spaces or seats at each grade at each school, the lottery preferences that applicant has for a school, your random lottery number, and of course, how the applicant ranks their schools. And 3 things you can control in this process are what schools you select to apply to, the order in which you rank those schools, and applying by the deadline. So please make sure you're applying by those February 1st and March 1st deadlines. Even if you're just considering a new public school option, we definitely encourage families to apply before that deadline for the best chance of being matched with those schools. And you have until May 1st to decide whether or not you want to enroll at a school or not. There's no penalties of being matched and not enrolling. You can stay at your current school, but we want to make sure families have that option for enrollment. All right, now on to some helpful resources. Our website is a wealth of information. We, of course, have the lottery application available on our website, but we also have our school finder and school profiles, which I'll speak to a little later, open house dates, lottery and waitlist data. And again, our website is available in Spanish and English, and we have informational pages in Amharic, French, Vietnamese, and Chinese. I know I've mentioned them before, but they're an incredible resource. Our hotline is available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. You can also email them at info.myschooldc@dc.gov. They can answer questions about the application process, assist with your search, and even help complete applications over the phone. So School Finder. It's a great resource we have where you can search by address, by grade, by school offerings, and find schools that are nearest to you, including a way to easily search for your in-boundary school by simply toggling the Find In-Boundary School piece that you see on that search bar there. That will then bring up your elementary, middle, and high school in-boundary schools, and you can see all of the schools that fall under your search right there. When you toggle into a school, you'll see the school profile content, which includes social media and websites for that school, their special education contact at each school. Park scores for last school year are available on school profiles. You'll be able to see lottery preferences for that school, including the order in which they're ranked. And then we also have our waitlist information available on school profiles as well. We also have historic seat and waitlist data available on our website. This is a great way to just see historic trends for the schools you're hoping to apply to. We still encourage families, of course, to rank in order of true preference, but it's great to have this information as you're considering what schools to add to your application. This information we have both in how many seats were made available and waitlist movement, as well as offers made based on preference type is on this page as well. The DC School Report Card should be coming out soon if it hasn't come out already. And it gives you an even deeper look into schools. So it includes information about enrollment and re-enrollment, graduation rates, attendance, discipline, all incredible information that you can dive a little more deeply into schools. And that's available at dcschoolreportcard.org. And again, should be updated very soon. So you have that as a resource as you are making your school choices. And if this session wasn't enough, we have videos available on our website to learn more about how My School DC works, and even deeper dive to learn how the My School DC algorithm matches students with schools. So those are all available on our website in English, Spanish, French, Amharic, Chinese, and Vietnamese. Great, so let's dive into some frequently asked questions. And a reminder, if you have any questions along the way, please do add your questions into the comments and we'll be sure to respond. Great, so let's dive right in. How can I find out how many seats are available at the school in which I am interested? So as I mentioned, we have an entire page dedicated to historic waitlist information. While you don't have the information for this current school and that won't be made available publicly, it is a great resource to find information about historic seats made available at the schools that you're interested in. Can I enroll my child in pre-K directly at our in-boundary DCPS school? No. So if you are applying to pre-K for the first time and you'll be a new student, pre-K 3 and 4 are not compulsory grades. So you will need to do a My School DC application if you're applying for the first time for pre-K. Now, there are some DCPS in-boundary schools that offer an early action preference, and that information can be found on our Applying to Pre-K 3 and 4 page. You would still need to apply and still need to rank that school by the deadline, submitting your application by the deadline in order to qualify for that early action placement. Can I edit my application or change the order of my schools? Yes. So even after you submit your application, you can edit that application up until the deadline. So if you do want to edit, please make sure you're resubmitting that application. And then after the application deadline, up until March 15th, you can go through, you can't add schools or edit your application, but you can reorder your rank of schools until March 15th. If I have more than one child, do I need to create a separate application for each child? Yes. So you're going to want to set up one family account, but you'll have a separate application for each child. And a reminder that if you do have a sibling and you're wanting that sibling preference, to make sure you're also including that information in the younger siblings application, actually both siblings application when you are on the application page. How do I receive my lottery results? So lottery results will be emailed on March 31st. You can also select to have those mailed to you via USPS snail mail. So if that is a way you'd prefer to receive those results, we can absolutely get those mailed to you as well. That is something you'll select as a part of your application. What happens if I miss the lottery enrollment deadline at my child's match school? May 1st. Save the date. Please do not miss that enrollment deadline. If you do happen to miss that enrollment deadline, I would suggest you log into your account and see if you are still matched with that school. After that date, they do not have to hold that seat for you and can start making offers off the wait list. However, if that seat is still available to you, you can still enroll. So be sure to enroll, check that as soon as possible and try to enroll. If not, then you'll continue to remain on the wait list for those other schools that were in your application. All right. And what do I do if the school I am interested in doesn't participate in the lottery? You can go ahead and check out those schools' websites for their specific deadlines and application information. Again, it will be different at each school. They do not follow the deadlines or parameters that My School DC does. So please, if you're interested in any school options outside of My School DC, check out their website and get in touch with them directly for that information. Fantastic. Well, I think we've gone over basic overview of the lottery, some helpful resources. And again, if you have any questions, please do add them in the comments below and we'll be sure to respond. Thank you so much and happy lottery season.